Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Shajrin binti Azizuddin, and today I'll be presenting my individual article critique for HRM688, a conflict management and negotiations. The article I've selected is titled A Systematic Literature Review of Conflict Management in Hospitality towards a Multi-Stakeholder Resources-Based Conflict Management Framework. This article has written by Wang Li, Quack and Fu in 2024 and published in the International Journal Hospitality Management. This study used a systematic literature review analyzing 108 previous studies to understand how conflict happened in the hospitality industry, especially in hotels. The author found that conflicts are very common because of the stress, limited resources, workload pressure, and poor communications. There are two main stories we used to explain this conflict. First, the conversation of resources COR theory, which states that people feel stressed when they are lose important resources like time, energy, or support. The second one, the stakeholder theory, which explained that organizations should manage conflict by considering all parties involved, like employees, managers, customers, suppliers, and even the community. The author then proposed a multi-stakeholder conflict management framework that combines both theory to help hotels handle conflict more effectively and sustainably. Moving on to the critical analysis, personally, I strongly agree with the ideas presented in these articles. I believe the combination of COR theory and stakeholder theory give a very realistic and holistic view of conflict management in the hospitality industry. The article rightly highlights that workplace conflict is not only about employees arguing with each other, but also about how resources, support, and relationships are managed among all stakeholders. In real life, this is very true. For example, The Guardian in 2018 reported that married international workers in the United States went on strike across 8 major cities due to heavy workloads and poor communication between management and staff. This real-life case clearly reflects the idea of resources loss and lack of support, which is explained by the conservation of resources theory. Similarly, in Malaysia, Yahoo News in 2021 reported that Hotel Istana Kuala Lumpur and other local hostels face serious staff shortage and burnout after the COVID-19 pandemic. Employees struggle to cope with increased workloads and reduced manpower, which support the article arguments that limited resources and communication breakdown often cause conflict, aligning perfectly with the stakeholder theory. This global and local example show that the article framework is not just theoretical, but very relevant and applicable to real industry situations. My agreement is also supported by several academic studies. For example, Prentice et al. 2025 found that work-life imbalance and stress among hospitality's employees can lead to burnout and quitting, which support the idea of resource loss under the COR theory. Similarly to Elsher et al. 2025, it has discovered that workplace bullying and lack of psychological safety reduce employee well-being in hotels. These findings strengthen the article claim that managing resources and stakeholder relationships effectively can reduce conflict and improve employee outcomes. However, I do think the article could be improved by including more examples from Asian countries, since communication styles and work culture here are quite different from the West. Still, overall, I strongly agree that this multi-stakeholder resources-based framework is very valuable for today's hospitality industry. Based on the article and my own reflections, here are my recommendations for better conflict management in hotels. First, management should form a multi-stakeholders conflict committee, including HR, employees, and suppliers, to address issue early and ensure fair communication and decision-making. Second, hotels should invest in employee well-being programs such as counseling sessions, stress management, workshop, and flexible working hours to help staff recover their personal resources as explained by the COR theory. Third, provide training in emotional intelligence and cross-cultural communications, especially for frontline staff dealing with international guests daily. This can reduce miscommunication and tension at work. Last but not least, establish an open door policy where employees feel safe to express concerns, ideas, or problems before conflict grow bigger. In conclusion, I agree that this article provides a strong theoretical and practical foundation for understanding how conflict occurs and can be managed in the hospitality industry. It shows that conflict is not always negative. When managed properly through a multi-stakeholder and resources-based approach, it can lead to better teamwork, communication, and also innovations. Therefore, organizations, especially in the hospitality sector, should view conflict as a shared responsibility among all stakeholders, not just the HR department. That's all from me. Thank you very much.